Have you ever been pleased and satisfied with a woman's attention, only to have it abruptly go and leave you perplexed and angry? We're going to talk about a subject that every male should know about today: the typical causes of women losing interest. This will be useful whether you are dating someone or just starting out in a relationship. You commit too quickly. Making a hasty decision may sometimes come across as uninteresting, as it suggests that you are more in love with the concept of a relationship than the actual person. By taking things more slowly, you can both lay a strong foundation and make sure that your relationship is not fueled by the rush of novelty, but by real understanding and emotion. To overcome being hasty to commit, concentrate on living in the now and developing a close relationship. This is spending time examining your compatibility and common ideals rather than retreating or displaying indifference. Allow the connection to develop organically without imposing dates or labels too soon. Make sure you and the other person are in agreement by being upfront and honest about your aims and emotions. This honest conversation encourages the telling of the truth and demonstrates your consideration for her emotions and the speed at which she feels comfortable going ahead. Recall that a healthy relationship is characterized by mutual respect and a solid connection, rather than by how rapidly it develops. Early on, being patient may result in a stronger, longer-lasting relationship. You are too predictable. Being too predictable might sometimes result in a person losing interest in you romantically, since the intrigue and thrill that first draw someone in can eventually wear off. It's time to bring some spontaneity back into your routine of your regular discussions, and even your loving gestures have become monotonous. To break up the monotony, add modest, unexpected details that demonstrate your commitment to maintaining the relationship's vibrancy, rather than making drastic, overnight alterations. Introduce her to a new pastime that you may both enjoy. Plan a midweek date night to a location you've never visited before, or just break up your daily schedule with a spontaneous trip, even if it's just a stroll in a new park. The idea is to show that you are able to change and develop with the relationship in order to keep it interesting and dynamic. This demonstrates to her the possibility of new experiences and revelations with you, which may pique her curiosity and enthusiasm once again. You are too needy. Being overly needy may sometimes be seen as a lack of independence or self-sufficiency, which can cause love interest to wane. Encouraging independence doesn't mean withholding love. Rather, it means striking a healthy balance that allows both partners to be successful on their own and together. Start by thinking back on your own interests and activities that you may have overlooked in order to alleviate clinginess. Spending more time on these or discovering new ones not only fosters personal development, but also infuses the partnership with fresh perspectives and enthusiasm. It demonstrates your wholeness as a person outside of the relationship, which is appealing by nature. Encourage her to follow her own hobbies and interests as well. Supporting her freedom shows that you believe in and trust the partnership. The ties between you may be strengthened by this shared respect for personal space and uniqueness. Recall that a good relationship consists of two whole people who really want to share their life with one another, rather than choosing to be together out of necessity. You are too intense. If your intensity isn't matched, or if it comes on too strong too quickly, it may sometimes overwhelm or drive someone away. Keeping an awareness of how your feelings and behaviors impact the dynamics of the relationship is essential to managing emotional overload. It's about striking a balance that honors her sentiments as well as yours, making sure that the depth of your affections highlights rather than overshadows your relationship. Start by considering the causes of these feelings in order to reduce their severity. Are they a result of previous traumas, fears, or maybe a need for a close connection? Resolving the issue more successfully may include understanding its origin. By using emotional regulation practices like journaling or mindfulness, you may learn to process your emotions more quietly and logically. Participating in activities that promote emotional equilibrium, such as physical activity, hobbies, or socializing with friends, is also advantageous. It's important to communicate. Talking about your emotions and hearing her point of view might provide you important information about how your intensity is interpreted. You may modify your strategy with the assistance of this conversation to make sure that you both feel happy, at ease, and appreciated in the relationship. Recall that interpersonal intensity isn't always a negative thing. It depends on how it's directed. A better, longer-lasting relationship is fostered by striking a balance between passion and tolerance and understanding. Have you ever had to control a relationship's intense emotional content? What was the result, and how did you get through it? Please share your experiences in the comments area below if you have any wise counsel to provide to others. You are too passive. In a relationship, being overly passive may sometimes be seen as a sign of indifference or lack of zeal, which might make the other person lose interest. In order to create a dynamic where both parties feel valued and involved, it is imperative that you take the initiative and demonstrate your active investment in the relationship. Being proactive may take many forms. It might include organizing get-togethers, coming up with novel things for you two to do, or being more forthcoming with your opinions and aspirations. It's about actively working to further the depth and development of the connection, rather than letting apathy cause it to stagnate. Finding a balance where you both feel comfortable sharing the driving seat is what it means to periodically take the lead rather than ignoring her preferences or inundating her with ideas. Get her opinion, pay attention to her preferences, and utilize this knowledge to organize activities that you both like or to make kind gestures. Additionally, being proactive in clearing up misconceptions or problems may strengthen your connection by exhibiting your dedication to overcoming obstacles and, of course, enhancing your relationship. Recall that reciprocity and effort are essential for a relationship to succeed. By taking the lead and being proactive, you demonstrate your commitment to creating something worthwhile with others. You have an unfavorable attitude all the time. A persistently pessimistic view may sour a relationship and eventually cause desire to wane. Conversely, positivity not only improves your personal life, but also enhances your attractiveness and social appeal. Maintaining a positive attitude entails making the deliberate decision to see the positive aspects of circumstances, yourself, and your partner, even in the face of difficulties. To begin moving away from negativity, cultivate thankfulness. Recognize and value the little things in your life and in your relationship. This will change your viewpoint and make the good things stand out more than the bad. Try to reframe barriers as chances for development as opposed to impassable hurdles. You may become more resilient and upbeat by adopting this mentality. Be in the company of good people, things to do, and media that make you feel better and inspire a more optimistic view. Their impact has the power to change your attitude and point of view. Share your good views and gratitude with your spouse. Fostering a supportive and happy relationship may be achieved by exchanging encouraging words and thoughts, which can enhance your connection. Recall that choosing to see the world positively might result in a more rewarding and alluring way of living and loving. You are too unreliable. When someone thinks you're not trustworthy enough, trust may be damaged and a partner may become disinterested as a result of irritation or feelings of insecurity. Establishing your trustworthiness is crucial to proving your dedication and dependability, which strengthens the cornerstone of a happy partnership. Make modest promises to begin with to increase your dependability. Making big promises that you can't keep is preferable than making smaller, more regular promises. Make sure you take action on your promises and keep your word when you make a commitment to accomplish something. The secret to developing trust is to be consistent in both your words and actions. Building trust requires open and honest communication. Be honest about your strengths and weaknesses. If unanticipated events make it impossible for you to fulfill a commitment, be forward and honest about it right away. This candor demonstrates that, despite setbacks, you take your obligations seriously. Furthermore, pay attention to what she needs and worries. By demonstrating that you really care about her values, you will not only gain her trust, but also strengthen your relationship. Being trustworthy takes time, effort, and consistency, all of which must be invested in the process. You may convey your commitment to the partnership and your partner's well-being by acting and communicating with dependability.